What's going on, everybody? Hey, Brenda. What's going on? I got some music playing in the background. Look, let me cut this down because I'm a little bit irritated. What's going on, Twan? What's going on? I'm sorry, I was supposed to be on here between 9:30 and 9:45, but this cheap ass fucking tablet that I got, I was trying to set the background in the ambience for the conversation, you know, to give a little background music and stuff like that, to kind of just help break up, you know, some of the silence and stuff like that, and kind of just create the atmosphere for this conversation, and also give people time to come in. What's going on, mister? Y'all, mister got me on some other type of shit. Your live series that you got going on has inspired me to even do more. You know, I do stuff on my YouTube channel, but I need to utilize as much of my social media platforms that I can in order to really reach as many people as I can. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, Mr. What we talking about. But before we do, I just kind of want to just allow people to come on in. So please come on in if you can. If you can, please share this live because I want to have this conversation. First of all, it's hot as hell. It's hot as fuck. My do-rag was kind of sweating up here a little bit, and I got some muscular titties, so they was kind of sweating underneath here too. It was very uncomfortable. But now I'm downstairs. I'm in the basement. We kind of renovating and stuff like that. I would turn this camera around, but it's some freak hole shit right here, and I don't think y'all ready to see that shit right now. But anyway, hopefully y'all doing okay. Hopefully your minds are okay. Hopefully your emotional health, your mental health is okay. Once again, mister, thank you so much for creating or using your platform to have these conversations, and especially those in our generation to really have these conversations. And I feel like that's the one thing we need to be doing now, especially since everybody's sitting down, even though everything is opening up now. But to still have these conversations, because I mean, life is never going to be the same, not after Corona, and especially not after what's going on right now. Like, black people, we got to keep up this momentum. We got to keep going. Yes, my muscular titties, praise God. I just felt really bad because my sister just came and I was doing that, so that's kind of wrong. I'm sorry. Excuse me. But we're going to go ahead with the conversation because that was enough of me talking and ranting. The purpose of this video is, it was inspired by my spiritual teacher and spiritual brother, BubzDaGawd, aka Conscious TV. Y'all go check him out on YouTube. Amazing, dope ass black gay man, unapologetic. This nigga is spiritual, intellectual, metaphysical, ratchet, just very, very, very balanced, which is what we need. We need to be balanced in ourselves in order to live our maximum and best life. You get what I'm saying? He did a live earlier today, and he posed the question, what can we do right now to help resolve racism? And my spiritual teacher, I look up to him. I submit to him spiritually in reference to learning more about the spirit and being a disciple and things of that nature. But I heard him even say, you know, I don't know what we can do. I don't know. And I know that right now at this present moment in time, it may seem as if though we don't have a complete definite, like, this is what's going to happen to completely remedy racism. But we need to have these conversations because the only way we're going to find out the idea is if we talk. And I know, especially for black people, we are dealing with a lot outside of us, with racism, with white supremacy, with this whole white patriarchal superiority type of system that we're a part of, unfortunately. And once we start having conversations about ourselves and what we can do, it's a whole different thing. And I appreciate what we've been doing. We've been doing what it is that we know how to do. We've been protesting, we've been marching, we've been doing all this stuff. And I appreciate that because it did have some effects in helping to bring attention to what's going on. But we also have to work more on ourselves as well. And that's the conversation that I want to have. A lot of y'all may not feel like it's the time to have conversations in reference to blackness and black LGBTQIA plus individuals and stuff like that. But that is also a conversation that we need to have to deal with hypermasculinity, to deal with all these toxic narratives and lines of division that keep us divided. Colorism, classism, There's so many different intersectionalities and layers within our own shit that we need to rectify first. So the question that I pose to y'all tonight, and hopefully, I want you guys to talk in the comments, but also if you really feeling it, it would be dope for y'all to get on cam with me, cam up, and we can have this conversation, because I really want to talk and get this conversation going. Once again, Mister's getting this conversation going. I hope and pray that you guys will get this conversation going. On Mister's Live on Tuesday, there were individuals who were completely introverted, who were completely shy and nervous, and they were able to get on a platform and speak how they felt. And that's what we need. We need to come out of our shells and realize we're all in this bitch together. We're all in this together. We need to be unified. And that's what we were. We had community. But of course, the nefarious and demonic shit that has happened has completely disarrayed and destroyed the community that we had. And we can still get back to that, but we're going to have to break through these lines that was created and put in place for us to stay separated. Because at the end of the day, even though there's so much black intersectionality going on, when it comes to white supremacy, they only see one thing, and that's this. Whether you gay, straight, whether you light skin, dark skin, caramel complected, whether you have a Harvard education, or whether you just have a GED, whether your ass is the mayor of a city, because apparently, I think somewhere in Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, there was an individual, I don't know if he's a mayor or senator, someone of importance in reference to the political realm, ended up getting maced in the face, and the police officer didn't even know this nigga was a part of anything political. So it shows the ignorance. And here's my thing. White America, they going to do what they want to do. They going to do what they going to do. They see what's going on. They understand what's going on. But the guilt and the shame is too overwhelming for them to receive it. So I don't really have any conversation that I want to have with white America unless there's white America that's willing to be open-minded and listen. Because that's the only thing white America can do at this time in reference to black people is just listen. Don't offer assistance, just listen. If there's anything that you need to offer advice or assistance to, it is to white America, Euro America. As far as us, you need to listen. So with that being said, the question I want to pose is, what can we do right now to help remedy racism? Now, before I get into y'all's perspective, I kind of just want to share mine. The first thing, and I've mentioned this before, the first thing that we can definitely do, every single one of us, okay? Every single one of us can do is we can protest with our money. Because black people, we make up a very big part of consumerism. Just think about it. When you listen to the latest songs and the most lit songs and up-to-date recent songs today, they're talking about Gucci, Louis, Fendi, Prada, Birkin bag, bitch, all this stuff. They're talking about all these things. And it's so crazy that we still feature these items in these music videos. Meanwhile, the people who created this shit just told us that they don't want us wearing their stuff. But we do it anyway. We make things lit. I'm just sorry, black people, we make things lit. We make things popular. We make things hot. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. Like Paul Mooney said, everybody want to be a nigga, but don't want to be a nigga. And that's the truth. But we have power right now because we have access to the one thing that unfortunately is the only powerful thing in this world, and that's money. Money through the eyes of the ego is the root to all evil. But in the eyes of the higher self, it is also the answer to all problems. And we play a part in that. So not only should we protest physically out in the streets doing peaceful protests, which we're going to have to upgrade because even with the peaceful protests, white America, white supremacy understands that. They see what's going on. They know that we're going to do that. They're paying attention to that, which is why when these things happen, when we have these peaceful protests, that's why they have all these people dressed in black and all this shit and white people out there looting as well. Like they all, to me, I know I'm getting all off track because I'm supposed to be going back to the question, but I'm high, so it is what it is. Y'all knew what the hell y'all joined. It is what it is, goddammit. But I feel like it's really a spiritual transfer type of thing because it's like, are white people trying to live vicariously through everybody else? Because here it is, people out here doing peaceful protests, and there are some black people who are that angry to where they want to riot. And now here it is, white people going out and they over here enjoying themselves and woo, yeah, doing all that. I mean, there's a video where there clearly was a police officer that pulled a couple out of a car, a black couple out of a car. Meanwhile, the car ahead of them had this white woman in it, and she was outside. Yeah, all that shit, like as if though this was fun. This was fun. So we also have to upgrade. We also have to continue to move forward. And I feel like a lot of us, because of what we've been through as black people, it's like, goddamn, can we just live? Can we just exist? Can we just thrive? Can we just live our life without having to deal with the bullshit? But I'm sorry, white America at large, collectively, they're not gonna give that to us. They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. And for us to continuously sit around and wait for white America to do it, we're gonna be waiting until white Jesus come back. We're gonna have to do something on our part. And black people, we're gonna have some very intense, deep, painful, jarring, unpopular conversations. But they're imperative right now. Because we just can't keep getting mad and upset and doing the same thing over and over again without any change. We have the power to change, y'all. Like I said in one of my Facebook lives, when they came out with Black Panther and they showed Wakanda, spiritually, that's a manifestation of something. Because before anything can manifest in the world, it has to start off as a thought first. And things have to be placed into the universe for it to materialize. And when that happened, that showed that there is a possibility that we can have that. But we need to have it up here first before we can manifest anything else. My father used to say all the time, what the mind conceives and the heart believes, the hand will achieve. But that's why they destroy us up here and allow us to continue to run rampant here in our emotions. We're emotional. We are. We're very emotional. And I'm not saying we don't have a right to be. I mean, goddamn, look at what the fuck we've been through and what we're still going through. We're emotional, but we have to learn to become balanced, to become more left-brained, to kind of dig more into our masculine energy. The energy that says, okay, let me get this done. The energy that's more assertive. The energy that's a little bit more dominant. Because in order for anything to have its maximum potential or reach its maximum potential, it has to be balanced. And that's what I want to do. I want us to have these conversations. And for the longest time, we were scared to have these conversations. Motherfuckers lose their life over conversations like this. And I've also realized, too, that I'm not exempt. Because me personally, I understand the spiritual mandate that's placed on my life. And looking back over my life and things that I've been through, I now realize what my purpose is. And my thing is this, we all gonna die one day. So my thing is, if I'm gonna motherfucking die, why not die for something that's gonna be beneficial for people coming behind me? Because Harriet Tubman did that shit. I almost said Harriet the Spy. Harriet Tubman did that shit. Martin Luther King did that shit. Rosa Parks did that shit. Malcolm X did that shit. And we have to continue to do that shit because the hope and the dream of the slave has got to manifest. It has to manifest. But it's going to start with us. And like I've said in Mr.'s Live and I've said on my live on Facebook, black people, we may be tired as hell, but we're not done. We're not broken. And that's the one thing that baffles a lot of people. How is it that this particular group of people can go through all this bullshit for centuries and still deal with the aftermath, the fallout of that today? And like I said, if there was one thing, the curse that slavery was on us, the one blessing that came out of that is that it taught black people how to be resilient. It taught us how to stay strong. It taught us to keep moving forward. We adapted like a motherfucker. And they're baffled by that. But here it is. We've been on lockdown for what, a few months now, and motherfuckers is outside with their guns and shit talking about let us outside. So white America just had a small scratching of tip of the iceberg type of experience when it comes to being black, because bitch, COVID is what the fuck black people live on a daily basis. Our skin color, unfortunately. But it's getting to a point to where it's like, motherfucker, listen, my ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears went into this earth. And you don't think that when the motherfucker begins his harvest and it's time to reap what it's, the shit done sold, you think that y'all are really not gonna get y'all in of the fuck you flowers that you planted with them fuck you seeds? So with that being said, I'm going to ask y'all, if y'all still there, put in the comment section, or if you want to be a part of this video just to kind of talk, send me a request. What do you think that you can do on your part? I'm asking you personally. What do you think that you can do on your part to help remedy racism? So with that being said, I'm going to cut this music up a little bit so I can hear it and that you guys can hear it. And I'm going to read some of y'all comments. And like I said, if somebody wants to join the live, don't be scared. Don't be scared, because I ain't going to lie. Before I do my lives, I'll be nervous. I'll be nervous as hell because I don't want to look like an idiot. I don't want to say no idiotic shit. I don't want to be up here looking stupid. But we got to work through this. This is the only way. Because some of y'all might have the answers, but because of you being shy or because of you being timid or introverted, that's disrupting everything else. It's kind of like what Jill Scott said during the whole Jill versus Erica battle. And Erica was saying, well, I have a diary that I don't, share, and I write my poetry and everything in it. And Jill Scott said something along the lines of, well, look, as an artist, when you have something in your heart and you write it down, it is no longer yours. It's no longer yours. It's meant to be shared with the world, because you don't know what type of healing will come by you sharing your experience. So I want y'all to share your experience, and don't be afraid to share your experience, because this is the time where we need everybody. Everybody. Can't nobody sit on the sidelines. Can't nobody sit on the goddamn bench. Everybody got to get their ass up. Grandma, Meemaw, there's something everybody can do. Everybody has a responsibility. Once again, a community. A community means that there are different types of people, but we find all of our strengths in the weaknesses that we have, and complement each other in order to make it work. Because at the end of the day, I don't really believe in the whole organized religion and stuff like that. But there are some things from the Bible that I do believe personally within myself. And that scripture that says when 2 or 3 are gathered together, there I am. That shit is real. And we have to start getting on one accord mentally. Because at the end of the day, real shit, like real shit, real jarring, truthful, woke shit. Racism, homophobia, transphobia, xenophobia, religious dogma, classism, I think I said it already. All these things are put in place to divide everybody up. Because in all actuality, it's some real demonic shit going on. It's some demonic, nefarious ass motherfuckers that's orchestrating all this shit that's playing off of all of our fucking emotions. Because emotion and thought is important. Those are the 2 necessary imperative things that are needed in order to manifest anything. So the more people who feel the same way about something, if you pay attention, you kind of get where I'm going with this. I'm a conspiracy theorist to a certain degree. There are shadow governments. Or shadow government, not government. Well, it might be government. I don't know. Them holes in the dark. But it's the scripture that reads, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. That's some real shit. It's motherfuckers out here doing some very demonic ass shit. And the shit that they placed on us is some very demonic ass shit, to the point to where now we're ending up doing what they did to us. We're killing ourselves too. Which means we have to focus on that. And I know that's a part of the conversation a lot of black people don't want to talk about, especially with what's going on right now. I don't want to talk about black people shooting black people, but whether you want to talk about it or not, the motherfucking shit is happening. Whether you want to discuss it or not, the motherfucking shit is happening. And that's probably why shit ain't changing, because we're not talking about it. We're not speaking about it. We're not speaking about what's really destroying the black community. And then on top of that, you want to turn around and throw it on gays. Let me stop, because I'm going all over the place. Anyway, leave y'all shit in the comment section. What do y'all think y'all can do on your part to help remedy racism? Again, if you want to join the live, go ahead and click join the live. I'm about to hit this shit real quick and drink this water because my mouth is a little dry. And we gonna wait and see. So y'all go ahead and do what y'all do, and I'm gonna do what I do. Thank you. Thank you, Twan. I appreciate you, Twan. Twan says we have a lot of unlearning to do. Now, what do you personally feel, Twan? And I hope you don't mind me calling you that. Twan. But what do you feel like are some of the things that we need to unlearn? And I got 4 motherfuckers on here, so let's see. I don't know if Brenna's still here. Twan here, he talking. Mister, I don't know if he's still here. Neri's my Instagram baby daddy nigga. I know you watching. You need to be talking too. Kaylin ass might be watching. My cousin Amari might be watching. Trail World, yeah, watching. And then we got my wannabe Instagram boyfriend watching. So I know y'all watching. I need y'all to participate. Especially you, my wannabe boyfriend. Don't be over here not commenting on my shit, and then when we get off live, be in my Instagram DMs, nigga. Talk now. I'm just playing. But that's the thing, though. Neris, hope you don't mind me calling you that, too. You my Instagram husband. He wants to be my Instagram boyfriend. So, I hope about having a poly relationship with my Instagram niggas. No problem. Twine, I'm still waiting on that answer if you got it. And I see you talking, so I need you to come on now. I know you be posting them fine ass niggas and stuff on your stories. But let's go ahead. Let's get on here with this. I think we need to establish trust with each other again. Now, what are some ways that we can establish trust? Because I know that one way to establish trust is to have conversations. But what do you do when you encounter somebody who is not in the mindset to really have a conversation? Hold on, because I'm here. I got a lot to say, but I'm deep conditioning right now. I got some stuff to say. Hold on. Yes! Come on now. I cannot wait. Yes. Have somebody about to let it off. I can't wait. And she really, really thick too, so. You know, we appreciate thickness over here, especially me. And I'm sorry, I know this is off rip because it's like now. I was trying to have a conversation. And I'm still waiting, but I guess you're going to be shooting the shit too while we're doing the shit, I guess. So, let's see. Hey, what's going on, Experience? It's been a long ass time. What's going on? You say you tried to join the live twice? Let me see if I can find a way. Hold on. Let me see. Go live. All right, Twan, I'm about to bring you on, okay? I'm about to send you an invite. I'm about to add you. So I just sent it to you, waiting on you to come on through. Twan!
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? Let me put it down some. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. It is nice to actually talk to you. I know that we have communicated through Instagram, so it's nice to actually, see your face and hear your voice and stuff like that. So why don't you let us know how you feeling? What's going on? What do you think that you can do?
Well,
Like,
I watch Conscious TV's both videos earlier today,
yes.
and he made a lot of good points.
Mm-hmm.
As far as myself, I know being part of the same gender loving community,
Mm-hmm.
I try to be as patient as possible
Mm-hmm.
when someone's like asking me questions about us. I hate that word lifestyle. It's like a trigger
Yeah,
for me because it's just like it implies
this
choice.
is my
So,
life. Fuck a style.
yeah,
This is how it is. Okay. Yeah.
right. Like
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle magazine. Like I'm just when my mind is like it implies choice. So you even trying to be politically correct is also like offensive. So I
Mm-hmm.
try to be as patient as possible.
Mm-hmm.
When someone genuinely like has questions about us, if they seem truly interested, I know this because they're silent and they're actually listening,
Mm,
not
okay.
trying to tell me about me like something that I'm living.
Right.
So
Right.
that's one way, but I have to
Okay.
keep my sanity at the same time. So if I'm getting a different type of energy when there's clearly like a wall up
Mm.
and like they're over talking me or they're like clearly just like quick to jump in because they're waiting to respond and like
Mm-hmm.
really trying to understand. I just I don't waste my time.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good for your like emotional and the mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's one way to try to like have conversations to just gain some level of understanding.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's been difficult in most parts, but in some cases it's been good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's work. It's not for everyone. I would definitely tell everyone to gauge it. And like if you're up for it, fine. If not, that's okay too. Everyone's not going to be equipped to have these conversations. A lot of us dealing with trauma.
Right. Right.
Um, I know. I mean, for myself, like I am done with like an entire side of my family because I just got tired of the BS. And it's just like I have to protect my peace.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just like it's no, I don't hate anyone or anything, but it's just like you gotta be over there because that's not healthy for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And your journey is where your journey is. But it's just like until you can get to a certain place where my existence won't cause an issue for you, then I'm just gonna have to be over here living my life happily. I turned 34 last month.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday.
And I'm starting to realize the older I get, I am getting like less patient.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been like out since I was 14, and I feel like I've
Okay.
been having these conversations like, oh,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
it's tiresome, but I do see small progress.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think more so the thing now is the trans conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
know that I, as a cisgendered male, right,
Mm-hmm.
have privilege because in many people's eyes, well, oh, at least she didn't go do that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So I try my best. I'm not trans, but I also try to use the education that I have on it, the little that I do know,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not my experience, to sort of gain some level of understanding. But I
Right.
also encourage people to, hey, well, why don't you Google? If you
Mm-hmm.
know a trans person, like just talk to
About to
them.
say that's one thing you can't do is talk. Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly.
just talk to them. Because this, I mean, we have a bunch of problems, but I'm realizing this is a thing, and I know this like church and religion, and then it's
Mm-hmm.
just like on top of that, just hyper masculine, like idealistic
Mm-hmm.
roles that black men is supposed to fit in, but it's just like that's not everyone. Like for a long time, growing up, I was sort of silent. I was scared to talk because my voice was like too soft. Like I would get teased like, "Oh, you sound like a girl."
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not that way anymore. But I was realizing I was like, you're trying to put something on me that all of you don't even fit. It's just like all you straight dudes don't sound like Barry White.
No, they don't. No, no, no.
Yeah, it's like it's sort of like unrealistic to sort of like put that on everybody, and it's just like, okay, fine. Michael Jackson was soft spoken, and he's one of the most
Prince.
respected. Yeah, Prince. And I dare you to say something to Mike Tyson. So it's like that doesn't make you
Hell
less.
no.
Yeah, that
I'll
is
beat your ass, give you a two-piece. I'm sorry.
exactly. So that doesn't like make you less than a man. It's just like everyone's supposed to fit into these boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Even on the feminine side, like one thing that I tell a lot of my heterosexual associates to just recognize the privilege that they have. And it's just like on the male side, if you are cisgendered and you are masculine, you fit into your box. Congratulations, you're privileged. In that
Mm-hmm.
regard. Same other side with women. If you are heterosexual, cisgender, and feminine, you are privileged.
Privilege, yep.
Fit into your box that you're supposed to fit in. So be mindful of that when you're having conversations with someone who doesn't. That
Mm-hmm.
have, a different experience. They don't even have to be like gay, but just being different. Like I've run across friends like that. Like people would put things on them, but they were straight. They're
Mm-hmm.
straight, and that's the thing. It's just like you with this homophobia, transphobia. You also hurt yourselves in the process of like enforcing this shit
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
people
Mm-hmm.
because you harm people that are actually like not gay as well.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's yeah.
And I actually have a friend of mine who's like a brother to me. His name is Chris. He's
Mm.
this, and I hate to say, we play around, and I'm a very sarcastic person. You already know.
Yeah.
But I call him a light skinned demon. You know what I'm saying? So, but he looks like Shamar more, but I call him Shamar less or whatever. And I think
Uh-huh.
if you watched um, my live I did on Facebook that I put on my YouTube channel, you'd probably see him or whatever.
Mm.
He is the straightest dude I know, and he is so comfortable with his sexuality. But I
Yeah.
am more masculine than him. To where it was to the point to where we went to the gym,
Yeah.
and like the old chick, the girl up front or whatever, who I was cool with, she was like, "Are y'all together or something?" I'm like, "No, this is my brother." And he's like, "Oh, because I thought that like you was the top and you was the bottom." I'm like, "What the fuck?" So it's kind of like, but see, once again, he's so secure with himself. But once again, it goes back to security.
Yes. Hmm.
And for me, I don't know, maybe because where I am in my life and what I've been through as far as my ego death and just the fact that I've had such an amazing spiritual teacher like Davion who,
Hmm.
baby, that nigga is abrasive. He will let your ass have it, but I appreciate it because he
Yeah.
tells you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And I realize that's what we need to do. That's how you break down the ego to see things. And like even with hypermasculinity, like one reason why is because once again, for a feminine gay man or for a trans woman to walk out in this world, and especially be black, and have the nerve and the audacity to walk in their freedom. And it's like, wait a minute, we ain't free. So how is it that you get to walk in a level of freedom that I can't even walk in? So
Uh,
now I have to bring you down because it makes me feel better because I have superiority over you. And it's like, do you
yeah.
not see there's a cycle? There's a thing.
Uh-huh.
We got to work backwards. Because, like, even with trans, and I appreciate the conversation around trans, we
Yeah.
need more of that conversation. I love Hope Giselle. She's absolutely amazing. I hope that one day I get to meet her and to
I'm
possibly do some work with her because she's absolutely amazing. And I'm a director with my film and shit, so hopefully I can get her in one of my films when I kind of get up there, you know.
yeah.
But I was watching a video about like a year and a half ago, and it was this conversation that they were having, and everybody in there were LGBTQ plus, but they were different races, different belief systems, different political parties, and they were asking these questions, political questions about these people and what it means for us as the community. And there was an individual there that was non-gender conforming, and they were expressing their experience. And then there was a trans woman who turned around and said, "Wait a minute. We're just trying to get people to finally understand transgenderism, and now you're doing this." So they started arguing back and forth. So it's kind of like, if we don't stop the cycle, there's going to always be another subgroup to a subgroup to a subgroup. And it's like, until we finally break the pattern of it, then we'll be able to reverse what's being done. Because like I said in the beginning, if we're waiting for white America or waiting for black hypermasculine men to just apologize and just be all about it and be all about accountability the way that individuals should be when they're righteous, we'll be waiting until white Jesus come with some Tim's on. So it's kind of like, we also have to be that change within ourselves. And even you, I appreciate you, because like you just said, you grew up feeling like your voice didn't have that power or to be heard, like you said, being soft spoken. And like you said, you got motherfucking Prince, Michael Jackson, I think it's El DeBarge, Chico, one of the DeBarges. Them, like, they're out there making it, but they believed in themselves. And that's why it's important, because even with you being up here and you just coming up and having a conversation might inspire someone else, like, wait a minute, I can really relate to him because I felt this way too. And here he is speaking up. Like I said, even though, or like you said, I'm sorry, even though everybody may not be, in a place right now to where they can actively protest without fear, there are still other things that you can do too. Because even though we're protesting on the grounds, we still need to protest online, because that's where we're going to. That's the way that we're going. So we have to utilize as many outlets as we can. So even if it's internet activism, that still does things. People signing petitions and making videos and hashtagging. These things yield results. So we have to utilize all this. So yeah.
Indeed. And also, I mean, with, how can I say, Davion brought up a very interesting idea of sort of, in a way, separating ourselves. And it's so funny because he brought up the Native Americans, and I was just like, that's true. Like, they, sort of have their own thing. And it's just like, at this point, this has been going on forever. And it's just like, I know it's not everyone. I have friends from like different backgrounds, and they're cool. But it's just like, that may be the best thing. I don't know after a while, because it's just like, I think you've made it clear all these years that it's something about us that you just can't stand. Doesn't matter how peaceful we are. We can kneel at a game, then that's a problem. So now that everyone's, well, not everyone, but the fact that looting and rioting is a part of this as well. Now that's a problem, but I've noticed that it's yielding results.
Yeah.
And it's just like, the thing is, I think this is what you understand. That's the funny thing, because it's just like, I'm not sure if you saw the speech by Tamika Mallory, but no, she one of the lines just said, "Well, you looted on us, you looted on this land, like you looted Native Americans," and I just thought about that, and like the Boston Tea Party. It's like, this is what you do, like, so this is why we have your attention, because like, this is what you understand.
Right.
After this, like I said, I think we have to have some hard conversations, because if that's going to happen, if we do have our own like sovereignty, or we just have our own space in America, how does that look for marginalized groups of the Black community? And will they have protections? Because it's like, we have this thing that we really need to work on, and it's just like, how will they be safe? Like, will this be a safe haven for everyone? That's one question. And then on top of that, when all this is said and done, I think reparations are important. We definitely need them because it's just like, exactly, run me my money. Exactly.
Run me that.
Exactly.
Run me that.
Right,
Run me that.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, because here's the thing. Yeah, you bombed us in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We were doing our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in many other cases, like you looted it and burned that down and killed us.
Yeah.
When each time we like pulled ourselves up by our own bootstraps, you burned it down.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want the competition, I guess. I don't know, but it's just like those people, those descendants. I mean, it's not just slavery; it's redlining, Jim Crow. It's for a bunch of stuff. We've been set back and purposely placed on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that has to be rectified. Um, Another thing, I'm not sure if you've been paying attention to like the news or like stories popping up, but there's like something weird with like Mexican gangs in Chicago. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
targeting black people. One of their own sort of exposed them, and some like audio leak of like a cop just saying like whatever, like let it happen. Yeah, I don't know if they were working with the cause. It was just really weird. And I, at this point, I'm done with the whole POC thing. I know it's not everyone, but it's just like our foundational issues. Like we are different,
Yeah.
and
It's not the point of focus right now. Point
yeah,
of focus is us. Like,
yeah. The point focus
yeah.
is us, and it's just like, and on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, seems like a lot of you all don't like us. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine. She's Dominican,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just telling her, just like, we are different. My issues are not your issues. If shit hits the fan, like you have a place to go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Like you and your family, like you made a choice to come here. I have to stand here and bear this. This is my home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't have anywhere to go. Like, man, this is my home. Like we're not the same.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're not the same. I mean,
Go ahead.
I know like people have thoughts on that, but it's just like
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, this is where you come from. Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like I'm a descendant of American child of slavery. My ancestral bones are like here.
Sure. Yeah. I understand
Um,
that. I understand that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, and you have like Asians that have anti-blackness. Not all, but it's just like when I see these things popping up, it's just like I don't. Some of y'all are cool, definitely everyone, but it's just like I think we need to step back and reevaluate our whole relationship with other groups because something's just not right in the air.
Right. I
You
understand.
know,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing new because I also told you it's nothing new. People forget it's like before the rest of you came over, it was just us,
Mm-hmm.
Americans, and white people. We
Mm-hmm.
know how they operate. Each group that has come over has lived amongst us, worked amongst us, beside us, and even procreated with
Yeah.
us. But it's like, but they ascended to whiteness by siding with white politics and treating black people like crap. And I just,
Despite the fact that white America has sat here and created a whole bunch of stereotypes about every other ethnic group that there is.
right, but they still kiss their ass anyway. And my thing is, it's just like specifically with the Latino community, I'm just focused on them now, but it's just like we get that you're an ethnic group made up of many racial groups, even though I don't know if it's because Americans are stupid or is this by choice in the media. They really sort of view you as like a racial group, but you're not. You're made up of different races, but you
Mm-hmm.
share a language and culture. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel told this is like white people from Spain, which that's already done, will ascend to whiteness. And those of you who pass,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Mm-hmm.
we're like that in America, but the rest of you, it's just like it's not happening. And they use you as a buffer class to not deal with us. I just put it out there because it's just like a large number of them like vote Republican. I just read a lot and a lot of statistics and stuff, and I'm just viewing everything. And
Mm-hmm.
like but they have you down in cages. Like you've been promised something, but I don't think you understand that they're also running the game on you.
Yeah.
I get, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm just like, until we figure it out, I do think it's just like gonna have to back away from the whole PLC thing. And when it
Yeah.
comes to our
For us.
politics,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to our politics specifically, if a politician is not saying the word black, if they feel like it's a dirty word or something, then they don't need to talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
They immediately need to be turned around. It's like, I'm done playing games.
Right.
I'm
Right.
done playing games like those words, PLC, minority. It's just like, well, white women are a minority. And with affirmative action, something, if you look it up, originally was put in place to rectify what was done to us.
Right.
It was just one of the remedies that those words, minority, PLC, and it's just like everyone else.
Kind of explored the
Yeah,
innocent.
yeah, and then we're pushed to the bottom, and it's just like, but I think that was done on purpose. Like, who came up with the term people of color, and like, why are you sort of covering us with this one broad stroke? Like, we all had
Mm-hmm.
issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who agreed to this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think, and that's the work outside of ourselves. It's just like politicians, everyone else gets to demand stuff. You can do that too. And you're not bad for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And any excuses that you get, then they don't get your vote.
Exactly.
No one else does it. Like, why are we always expected to give our vote away for free? No. But it's just a given that we're going to vote. I was so disappointed with Bernie Sanders' response when it came to reparations. And it's just like, as you know, that, he's Jewish. And I'm just like, okay, you like come from a community who's known for getting.
Right. Right.
Their coin was coming to them because of, what was done. And it's just like, I don't understand how you don't understand this. Or like you're acting like it's a foreign concept when I know it's not. I know that you know this what this is. So it I'm just no longer for those games.
Me either. I don't.
Um Someone needs to, when they pull that, the minute they say POC, someone needs to interrupt them immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here for someone talking around the situation and then trying to piggyback like that Ozario Cortez, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And at their group on top of something that we're trying to get done. And it's just like, no, 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 no.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that. Have you noticed, like with politicians, like they really dance, there's never a straight answer. They dance around the issue.
Of course.
Yeah, or come and want to like do the latest dance and talking about they have hot sauce in their bag, sweat. And I'm just like,
They going with that whole stereotypical,
yeah.
oh, it's hip to be black. Yo, what's the new saying? Like,
And my thing is,
got me a Cadillac car remix.
yeah, it's like, do you think we're stupid? Because in that case, I don't think you should be coming anywhere to speak to us because that's insulting. It's like, I don't care if you know how to do the latest dance. I'm here about policy.
Exactly.
What are you going to do to help us?
Exactly.
Tax-paying citizens who's been quite loyal to the Democratic Party.
Oh, most definitely.
For decades. And it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, now you're over here, to each his own. I mean, I don't have a problem with this per se, but now you're over here, with DACA and talking about immigration, and which is fine. But it's just like, I find it funny how you can speak directly to that community, but with us, those terms, minority, POC, like, they're thrown out. It's just really talking around the issue, and I'm like tired of it. Anyone that's doing that, that's coming to us with that, needs to be shut down immediately.
Right.
So when it comes to tangibles, for one, like Germany, I'm not sure if you know this, but it is illegal to deny the Holocaust. And
Oh, wow.
on its people
Mm-hmm.
and what it's done in the history of it. I think it should be the same here. That should be
I can
illegal
understand that,
to deny slavery and the effect that it's had. on the ADOS population specifically. I think it needs to be illegal to try to erase it out of history books when it comes to public schooling and on the collegiate level, because there was a situation down in Texas that they had to protest because they were trying to just skip over it and not place it in the book, and people were just like, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. And it's like, that's so weird. It's just like, and disrespectful. You just really want to gloss over what you've done. Like,
But that's what they want to do.
yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it's just that's kind of where I am, because like you said, you're fed up. Like I said, for me at this point, I don't have any conversation or anything that I really want to say to white people. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, Karen, all of them, the future Karens, all the young Karens, all of them, can get all the work. Because at this point, it's like there's no way for anybody to be ignorant about anything, especially in the world we live in today, when there is so much shit that you can look up. At this point, you see what's going on, and we understand the guilt and the shame. That's why it's like, for us as Black, that's why I kind of want to focus more of the conversation on Black and what we can do for ourselves, because it's like with white America, that's going to be a struggle. That's going to be like the ultimate battle of ultimate battles in reference to really destroying racism, because it's like, like you said, we're always pushed to the back, but it's like to finally be acknowledged of what was done and it be rectified. That's like the end of the thing. Because like, how is it everybody? So here it is, this group hates this certain group, and not everybody has learned to hate this group. It's kind of like the bully fucking with the kid who is kind of timid and shy and all that stuff. So therefore, they look at you like a bitch, and it's like, okay, well now guess what? Instead of one bully, you got 3 now, and then 3 then turned into 7. But it's like once that bully, once the kid that's being bullied decides to lose their mind one time,
is what's going on
really good. And here's the thing, I honestly feel too that us as African Americans and what we're going through with us looting and I said looting, what the fuck, looting and rioting. It's like it's like they want us to push us to that point. And here's my thing, if we get to that point, I just want to make sure as us as Black people, we are ready and prepared, because it was one thing that Killer Mike said one time that just completely blew my mind. He was at this summit and he started asking all these questions. He said, okay, how many of y'all know how to hunt, how to farm, how to grow your own crops, we ain't ready to resist shit. And that's what I'm saying. So here is my thing. Before we go forward, because I feel like violence, to me, I feel like it's justifiable because of shit we've been through, but it's like we have to also be prepared. And here's the thing. We're not prepared right now, because the same niggas that we arguing back and forth with in reference to hypermasculinity, the hood niggas and the thug niggas, they're really supposed to be part of the warrior class. When gangs were created, like Bloods and Crips, they were originally created to do what? Protect the community. The police, to me, in my opinion, that's why people say, oh, there's good cops out there. It's like, bitch, you ain't a good cop to me until you hold other cops responsible. Like you said, don't sit here and do a dance. Don't sit here and take a picture and, oh, I pulled you over to give you an ice cream cone, bitch. I could have shot you. You don't know how crazy I am. You know what I'm saying? Even if you is the police. So it's kind of like we have to start focusing on ourselves. And I know, like with Black Wall Street, and when we tried to do those things, it burnt down. But one reason why is because, once again, in the words of motherfucking Medea, bitch, hold your peace. And let the Lord fight your battles. I'm being honest. And to be honest, that is the one element that we haven't done. I forgot what her name was, and I feel so stupid for not knowing this, especially what's going on. I don't hope my Black card ain't being revoked. But she said something like, you better be glad that Black people only want equality and not vengeance. And I think that's what white people believe, because once again, like you said earlier, when they brought us over here, and why people hate us so much is because, once again, we come from royalty. We are some spiritual ass people. The sun loves us. We're like fucking plants. Come on now. Like, we are from the earth. We celebrated the earth. We loved and worshiped the earth because the earth was connected to us. I'm sorry, I'm a spiritual motherfucker. It's just how I did. You know what I'm saying? So even though we lost that, because when we came over, they put the American dream or the American curse on us.
Yeah.
When they took our original name and gave us their name, there was a transfer. That's why I feel like a lot of times they live vicariously through us, which is why they want to see us play football, which is why they want to see us play basketball,
Yeah.
which is why they want us to entertain and
Yeah.
do nothing else but entertain. And it's so crazy to me. White people, y'all so scared. But a long time ago, I was warming up your motherfucking beds.
Mm-hmm.
My
Right.
damn brothers and sisters was warming your damn feet when you was cold at night. But now that we free, you
Yeah.
think that we're gonna come through and do something to you. And it's like, bitch, if that was the case, we would have been done that.
That would have been done, and that's the
We would
thing.
have been.
It's like I also think that they need some mental health care because
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, it's just like imagine, right? Everything that what we were lazy, ugly, good for nothing, can't do any right? All these things have been put on us. Imagine you being told that you discovered everything and the world is yours and you're being put up on a pedestal and you're the most beautiful and everyone wants to be. And guess what? For 8 years at least, before we got this person that's in office, they realized that was a lie. And I think that really did a number on them.
Of
Because
course.
while he was in office, the number of hate groups rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, no, that's a lie. Like, white people, no one's smarter than anyone. Like,
Yeah.
your racial makeup, that has nothing to do with that. That's a lie. But you all made up these things and indoctrinated yourselves and others with this. But it's just like people are waking up, including yourselves, and realizing that that was a lie. And when you think about all the poor white people in the middle of the country that voted for him, I, well, well, here's the thing. It's like,
Say how you feel and be free. We free over here.
so it's like you do all that, and it's just like, this is a rich man who cares nothing about your poor white ass. And like, he's not the first Republican to do this, right? But it's just like, because all the bullshit that he was talking, he was speaking to a very low vibrational part of yourself that's racist, homophobic, sexist, or etc. And it's just like, you voted for him because it makes you feel comfortable to know that I'm possibly getting fucked over. It makes you sleep better at night to know that I'm possibly
The fact that they willing
uh-huh.
to, in the words of D. James Colwell, I got oh Lord, I got a minute and 50 something minutes remaining. I'm gonna come back. And I think I got somebody else who want to talk too as well and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, you go ahead and say what you want to say and go ahead and finish. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, the thing is, like, with the whole like government shutdown, everything that happened, I was astonished because they were suffering, like that hit them hard, those in the middle of the country, and suddenly they were complaining about him. But it's just like, look, I'm fine. I'm highly educated. I have my bachelor. I have my master's. I'm well into my career. I have health insurance. I'm on the coast. I'm good. But it's like, you're the one that's suffering right now. And see, and that's the insanity of it. All because you thought in your head that I'm going to be getting fucked over. And turns out, no, it was you. You're the one that's...
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, so it's like, it's just the insanity of you'd rather shoot yourself in the foot as long as I'm possibly getting screwed over. You're okay with that?
To some people, yeah. Because once again, I'm higher than you. It makes me feel better to know.
Yeah, but it's like, but you're not.
They know that, but
Yeah.
but they don't want you to wake up to the fact of knowing that, which is why they work so hard to pump so much money to keep black people asleep. Just think of all them. Here's my thing. I'm not mad at the. I feel so damn bad because it said we got 30 seconds. And I feel like you should be talking, and I'm still in your spotlight.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. We got 20 seconds. Go ahead, say what you gotta say. I'm gonna shut the hell up. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, no. I mean, just 20 seconds. Okay. So
I'm
basically,
sorry.
yeah, I just think, yeah, reparations, all those things, we need to get all those things straight politically first. Be done with the whole POC conversation.